Alright guys, I am officially the absolute worst. I was tagged by Ashley at Faithfully Moonstruck 3 months ago that I have just never filmed. And I was sitting here and I was like, oh, I should film something. Oh, that's right. Ashley tagged me months and months and months ago, probably thinks that I completely forgot about her. I didn't. I'm just horrible. And I actually, at the time, sat down, filled out all my answers, and then never filmed it. So I'm just going to go down A through Z and read these questions off and then let you know my current answers. So I am pre-filming this about a week and a half before it goes up. So some of like my last read, currently reading things may change. But in general, this is a lot more up to date than it is when I wrote out this list. So let's get into it and do the A to Z book tag. A, an author that I have read the most. Anita Blake, Vampire Hunter, is like 25 books. So I'm going to say Laurel K. Hamilton and also Kim Harrison because she had like a 13 book series, and then I've read a couple of her other books too. So the best sequel, and what I wrote down a couple months ago, still stands. I'm going to go with Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and that is the Six of Crows duology because, oh my god, I love those books. C is currently reading, and I am currently reading Winter Song by S.J. Jones and The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. D is a drink that I reach for when I'm reading, and that is either water or tea. Hot tea, not cold tea. E is e-reader or physical. Definitely physical. There was a time where like I only read on my e-reader, and then I started BookTube and got a bookshelf, and there went that. So I haven't picked up my e-reader a really long time, but there are a lot of books on there I want to get to. So eventually I'll pick it back up again, but for right now, physical. F is a fictional character that I would have dated in high school. Who was I dating in high school? Like A, nobody, or B, a now gay man. But who was I drawn to? The older guy who was dark, like dark hair, dark complexion, kind of like in the popular crowd, but really super nice, easy smile, friendly to everybody, drove like a really cool, loud, vintagey car. So comment down below, who would I have dated? Do you have a character that fits that? Because I don't, like, off the top of my head, but that's who it would have been. Probably would have been, oh, well, there you go. It would have been Ronan from the Raven Cycle. G is Glad You Gave It a Chance. The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner. I got that in an Crate, and it's super not my genre. It's like a YA contemporary written by a man about a boy at a Pentecostal church. That might not be the right word, but like a church that like worships serpents where they get like bit by rattlers and stuff in the South. Like, so not my thing. So glad I gave it a chance. I really love that book. H is a hidden gem book. Anything that I really, really love is probably already really well loved. So I'm struggling. The like novelization of The Labyrinth I loved a lot. Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender I loved a whole lot. All right, we're gonna stay there. I is an important moment in my reading life. I read a lot as a child, and then I really didn't read while I was in school. I was just way too busy. So I'm gonna have to say sophomore year of college, my then roommate was a secondary ed major. She had to read Harry Potter for school and for college and thought that I would really like the book and gave me the book, or told me to read the book. And I got the first 3 were published. So I read the first 3 and fell in love, and then really, really, really started reading again after that. And I was 18, 19 at the time. So yeah, I would have to say that moment, because that like really launched me into YA, middle grade, high fantasy again. And really got me into reading a lot more again. J is just finished, and I just finished this big bad boy. I just finished Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. This is in my never-ending quest to read all of my Sarah J. Maas books, so I'm gonna move on to Empire of Storms soon. K is kinds of books I won't or don't read. A horror thriller, because I'm a big baby with an overactive imagination that can't separate reality from fiction, and I get really scared. Anything about time travel or alternate dimensions, because I hate it. More often than not, I don't understand the science behind it, and I can't keep all like the storylines and timelines straight, and then I get frustrated, and I don't appreciate when my books make me feel stupid. Does that make sense? I get so angry. L is the longest book that I've ever read. Anything by George R.R. Martin, pretty much. Major book hangover is M, and that is definitely One Day by David Nichols. That book broke me, like broke my soul. It broke everything about me. I cried for hours to the point where I scared my roommate, like terrified her. She did not know what was wrong with me. I couldn't even vocalize why I was crying so hard because I was crying so hard. And then it just lasted. Like I would randomly break out into tears days after reading that book. Number of bookshelves. I have 2. I've got this one behind me and then like one of those cube ones from Target that you build and put together. Wasn't originally a bookshelf, but since I started BookTube, it became a bookshelf. Oh, is one book that I've read multiple times, but this is probably one of the only books I've reread, and it's Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. And I've reread different parts of like that series or the whole series at least once. P is preferred place to read. Definitely my bed or like a couch or sofa. Like I have to be able to like curl up, get my legs under me, or my car. I do a lot of time, like a lot of time is spent waiting for kids, so I read a lot in my car, especially like audio format. So car or bed. Q is a quote that inspires you or gives you all the feels. Lately I've been coming across more and more of these. Some of them were outlined in my defacing of my book in Assassin's Blade. A lot of them are in Harry Potter right now. Definitely though, the only one that I have like up and framed that I've talked about over and over again is right up here. It's by Albus Dumbledore, J.K. Rowling. And it says, words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. As a reader, as a writer, I can't think of anything more true. And that is definitely inspirational and motivational to me. R is reading regret. And you guys know it is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. Enough said. S is a series that I started and not finished, but all the books are out. So at the time I read this, or the time I made this, Shatter Me, The Lunar Chronicles, and Anne and the French Kiss, I'd all started but not finished, and all the books were out. That's a lie. I finished all of them now. The Fever series, I don't know if that last one is out yet. I think book 9 is the final one, and I don't know if it's out yet. I haven't finished Hex Hall, Pinehurst, Beautiful Creatures, Shadow Falls, Wicked Lovely, Ray Wilder series. I haven't finished The Enemy by Charlie Higson, which I'm pretty sure is done. So those are the ones that not very many, honestly, and not ones that I'm like super interested in finishing. So that's that. 3 all-time favorite books. Really? East of Eden by John Steinbeck. Can I say my book? Shoot Down the Wendy Bird by Julie Xantopoulos, because I'm proud of it. The Six of Crows duology, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, The Labyrinth novelization, the Hollow series by Kim Harrison. That's more than 3. U is unapologetic fangirl for, and I'm going to say the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning, because everybody hates on it and thinks it's complete garbage, and I'm total trash for it. I don't even care. I love it. V is a very excited for this release. I put King's Cage, which is out already, and I'm not that excited for it, so I'm taking it back. I also put Our Dark Duet by V.E. Schwab, Victoria Schwab. I forget which she publishes that as. Super excited for that one. That is the follow-up to This Savage Song, which is the Verity series. So pumped for that. Always and Forever Laura Jean I'm excited for. I'm also excited for, I guess, A Court of Wings and Ruin. I mean, I'll get to that series eventually. So maybe that, and then maybe the last book of the Throne of Glass series. Worst bookish habit. Eating while I read. I don't care. Like, I'll sit at a dinner table with a book and eat while I read. X marks the spot. What is my 27th book from the top left? Hold up. Wait a minute. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Was it 27? I think it was 27. The 27th book from the top left is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, which is the first book of the Grisha trilogy, which I have not read yet. Your latest book purchase, Winter Song by S.J. Jones. And you guys all know how excited I am about Winter Song, any Labyrinth retelling. I'm super stoked on it. So last purchase, last book that I just received, and I'm already reading it because you know I couldn't wait. Z is a book that kept me up all night, and I'm going to go ahead and say Harry Potter. Just the entire series. I had to binge read it. Once I started it, I couldn't put them down. I read all through the night. They just were phenomenal. I think they're so engrossing, so enriched that you feel like if you go to sleep and put them down, you're gonna miss out on stuff. That has been the A to Z book tag. Thank you so much, Ashley from Faithfully Moonstruck, for tagging me. I will link her down below, her video down below where she tagged me. I'm sorry it took me so long to film it, but I'm really glad that I finally did. So I hope you enjoyed this fun tag video. If you did, be sure to give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe. I will see all of you in my next video. Bye, guys.